Better than compost? This cardboard trick fixed my soil fast. This cardboard technique solved my soil problems better than compost. If you've been following my journey on soil power, you already know how much I love experimenting with simple, natural techniques to build healthier soil. For years, I leaned heavily on compost to solve most of my gardening challenges, improving soil texture, feeding microbes, and retaining moisture. Compost is amazing, don't get me wrong, but I recently stumbled on a method so surprisingly effective that I can honestly say it solved my soil problems faster and sometimes even better than compost. The secret? Plain old cardboard. Why does cardboard work like magic for soil? At first glance, cardboard doesn't seem like much. It's dry, flat, and looks more like trash than treasure. But in the soil, it becomes a powerful tool for improving garden health. Cardboard is made from plant fibers, primarily cellulose, which soil organisms absolutely love to break down. As it decomposes, it feeds beneficial microbes and earthworms, the true engineers of fertile soil. Worms in particular can't resist cardboard. They chew through it, leaving behind rich castings that, really supercharge plant growth. But that's not the only benefit. Cardboard acts as both a soil conditioner and a natural weed barrier. Laid flat on the soil, it smothers weeds without harsh chemicals. It blocks sunlight from reaching weed seeds, stopping them before they sprout. Meanwhile, underneath, the soil stays moist, cool, and protected, creating the perfect environment for roots and soil life. Unlike compost, which often takes months or years to make and apply, cardboard gives you immediate results in weed control and moisture management, while gradually breaking down into organic matter over time. How I use cardboard to solve my soil problems. When I started experimenting with cardboard, I was battling three major issues. First, dry, compacted soil that hardened after every rain. Second, a relentless invasion of weeds. And third, low earthworm activity despite adding compost regularly. Here's how cardboard turned things around for me. Step 1 is preparing the cardboard. First, I collected clean brown cardboard boxes. You want to avoid anything glossy, colored, or heavily printed because those may contain chemicals. Remove all tape, labels, and staples, so you're left with just plain cardboard sheets. I soaked the cardboard in water before laying it down. This softens it, making it easier to mold to the soil surface, and honestly, it makes it a lot more inviting for worms. Step 2 is laying it on the soil. Next, I placed the cardboard directly on the soil where I wanted to improve conditions. In the pathways of my garden, I layered them thickly to suppress weeds. In planting beds, I laid them flat, but left small holes where I wanted to tuck in seedlings. Within a few days, I noticed the soil underneath was already holding moisture better, and after a few weeks, weeds that usually plagued me were completely gone. Step 3 is mulching on top. To make it look tidier and to speed up decomposition, I covered the cardboard with a layer of mulch, mostly dried leaves, straw, or grass clippings. This kept the cardboard from blowing away and created a double layer of protection for the soil. After a season of using cardboard, I was honestly shocked at how much my soil changed. The compacted areas I always struggled with became soft and crumbly, almost like, chocolate cake soil. When I pushed my hand into the ground, it just slipped in with ease. The weed problem that used to drain all my energy practically disappeared. And the worms, oh, the worms. Lifting up a piece of partially decomposed cardboard revealed dozens of them, happily working through the fibers. What really impressed me was just how quickly these changes happened. Compost had always worked for me, but it often took months to see any big differences. With cardboard, though, the shift was visible within just a few weeks. Now, don't get me wrong, I'll never stop making and using compost. Compost is still the gold standard for feeding plants and for long-term soil health. But when it comes to immediate soil problems, cardboard has a few advantages. For example, weed control. Compost can sometimes bring in weed seeds if it's not fully finished. Cardboard, on the other hand, smothers weeds right away. Cardboard acts like a sponge, holding water longer and protecting soil from evaporation. Worms seem to be more attracted to cardboard than compost piles. Their tunneling aerates the soil better and spreads nutrients faster. Cardboard is free and available almost everywhere. It doesn't require months of turning and curing like compost. For beginners, this is huge. You don't have to wait for the perfect compost pile to build soil. With just some boxes and mulch, you can start improving your garden right now. If you're thinking of trying this in your own garden, here are a few things I've learned along the way. Always soak the cardboard before laying it down. Dry cardboard can repel water at first. Remove all plastics, glues, or glossy prints to keep things safe and chemical-free. Don't use cardboard alone. Cover it with mulch or compost to help it blend into the soil and prevent it from drying out. Be patient. Cardboard decomposes over months, not days, but during that time, it's still improving your soil. The best part? You don't have to choose between compost and cardboard. In fact, I've found the ultimate soil power comes from combining the two. Here's how I do it. First, lay down a thick sheet of soaked cardboard to block weeds and retain moisture. Then, add a layer of compost right on top to feed the plants directly. And finally, finish with mulch to lock everything in. This 3-layer system has given me the most fertile, low-maintenance beds I've ever had. My plants grow strong, I spend less time weeding, and the soil just keeps getting richer each season. When I first tried this cardboard technique, I honestly didn't expect much. But now it's one of my go-to solutions for building healthy soil quickly and naturally. It solved my weed problem, boosted worm activity, improved moisture, and softened my compacted soil faster than compost ever did on its own. So if you've been struggling with tough garden soil or endless weeds, give cardboard a try. It might just surprise you the way it surprised me. And remember, gardening doesn't always have to be complicated or expensive. Sometimes the simplest materials, like cardboard, can bring the biggest transformation to your garden. If you found this article helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Soil Power on YouTube and share this with a fellow gardener who could use a soil breakthrough. Together, we'll keep discovering simple, powerful ways to grow better, healthier gardens. Happy gardening, friends, and may your soil always stay alive and thriving.